What if your smartphone could unfold into a mini tablet, giving you an immersive experience whenever you needed it, but still fit in your pocket like a regular phone? What if your next device wasn't just a phone, but a full productivity hub, gaming console, and camera powerhouse, all in one foldable package? Samsung thinks that future isn't just coming, it's already here. Meet the Galaxy Z Fold 7, Samsung's most refined foldable yet. Before watching, please don't forget to subscribe to Tech Insights so that you can get notified on daily tech updates. The Galaxy Z Fold 7 is not just another annual refresh, it's a message. A message that Samsung has been listening. The compromises we lived with in previous foldables, they're fading. This device is thinner, lighter and more polished than ever before. At just 8.9 mm when closed and an unbelievable 4.2 mm when open, this foldable feels more like a sleek premium smartphone than a clunky prototype. And despite having a larger footprint both inside and out, it's actually 24 grams lighter than the Fold 6. That alone is a quiet engineering triumph. One of the biggest upgrades, and probably the most important for daily use, is the cover screen. Samsung finally ditched the awkward remote control-like dimensions of past folds. The Fold 7's outer display now measures 6.5 inches with a 21:9 aspect ratio. Finally, a screen that feels natural to type, scroll, and swipe on. It's wide enough for messaging, watching YouTube, or even editing documents without opening the phone. And when you do open it, you're greeted by a gorgeous 8-inch AMOLED display that's smoother, brighter, and more durable than ever before. That inner screen, it's sharper than ever and supports HDR10's adaptive refresh rate, and a new titanium underlayer for added rigidity. And while Samsung had to drop S Pen support in favor of a thinner chassis, what you gain in ergonomics makes up for it. The Fold feels solid but not heavy, and the hinge has been redesigned too. Smaller, tighter, stronger. It folds completely flat now with no gap in the crease. It's still there, yes, but when you run your finger across it, you barely feel a thing. For the first time, the crease feels like a non-issue. Both displays are slightly dimmer than last year's model, but still more than bright enough for outdoor use. In auto mode, you'll hit around 400 nits of peak brightness, and both screens can scale their refresh rate down to just 1 Hz to preserve battery life. Samsung's LTPO tech is doing some serious work under the hood here. And all of this, 2 massive OLED displays, high refresh rates, multitasking is powered by the latest Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 Elite for Galaxy chip, paired with up to 1 TB of storage and 12 GB of RAM. It's blazing fast, multitasks like a dream, and barely breaks a sweat, at least until you start stress testing it. Speaking of stress, thermals are where things get interesting. During extended performance tests, thermal throttling does kick in. That's expected with such a thin design. But unless you're pushing the limits with heavy video rendering or 4K gaming marathons, you probably won't feel it in real-world use. Day-to-day performance is flawless. Apps load instantly, multitasking is smooth, and gaming looks absolutely stunning on that massive inner display. And the software makes everything click. One UI 8, layered over Android 16, feels more tablet-like than ever. A new persistent taskbar, seamless drag and drop between windows, and expanded circle to search with Gemini Live means this is more than just a phone. It's a smart device with desktop-level ambition. Samsung's AI game is strong. You can remove objects from photos, generate new ones with generative fill, or point your camera at real-world items and get contextual responses from Gemini. Even cooler, Gemini now works inside games. Get help hints without leaving the game. Battery life, surprisingly solid. Even with 2 big displays and powerful hardware, the 400 mAh battery gets you through a full day. On average, you're looking at just under 13 hours on the outer screen and nearly 12 hours on the inner. That's plenty for normal users, and while Samsung still limits wired charging to 25W, it's consistent and safe. Wireless and reverse wireless charging are included, but there's still no charger in the box. A familiar frustration. Now let's talk cameras. The Fold 7 borrows its main 200MP sensor from the Galaxy S25 Ultra, and that's a very good thing. Shots are sharp, colors are more balanced than previous years, and dynamic range is phenomenal. Samsung's overly saturated color science has been toned down. You get more natural photos now, and the improvements are visible. Whether it's landscapes or portraits, the Fold 7 takes images you'll actually want to keep. Low light is a mixed bag. By default, the camera doesn't always switch into night mode automatically, so you'll want to trigger it manually. But once you do, the photos look great, less noise, sharper textures, and far better contrast. The ultra-wide camera performs admirably with added autofocus support, which means macro shots are now possible and surprisingly detailed. Telephoto is where Samsung holds back a bit. You get 3x zoom, and while it's solid in daylight, it suffers in low light unless night mode is enabled. One fun perk of foldables is flexibility in taking selfies. You can use the inner camera, the outer one, or even the main rear camera by previewing yourself on the cover screen. The 10MP selfie cam on the inner screen is a noticeable upgrade over last year's under-display version. Colors look better, it's sharper, and the field of view is wider. But for the absolute best results, using the main camera for selfies is the way to go. Crisp, clear, and beautifully detailed. This foldable is also your best selfie device. When it comes to video, the Fold 7 is no slouch. The main camera can shoot in 80K at 30 fps with excellent stabilization and vivid color reproduction. Ultrawide and telephoto are limited to 4K, but the footage is smooth, balanced, and detailed. Low light video still shows some noise, but it's manageable. Samsung nails stabilization this year. Walking shots are buttery smooth without the jelly effect you sometimes get on cheaper devices. And let's be honest, at $2,000, this phone isn't for everyone. But here's the thing, it doesn't try to be. The Z Fold 7 is for those who want the absolute cutting edge. If you're someone who values innovation, versatility, and craftsmanship, this is as premium as it gets. You're holding a phone that replaces your tablet, flirts with laptop-level productivity, and fits in your pocket. Yes, there are compromises. There's no S-Pen support. Charging is still relatively slow, and thermal throttling might irk power users. But the trade-offs are worth it for what you're getting in return: a polished, powerful, and surprisingly practical foldable. Samsung didn't just refine the Fold this year, they redefined it. So, is the Z Fold 7 the future of smartphones? Not quite. But it's the closest we've ever been. And if the Fold 8 brings a bigger battery, a periscope lens, and stylus support without sacrificing size, then yes, that future is just around the corner. Until then, the Z Fold 7 sets a new gold standard. And it might just be the most exciting phone of the year.